Hello, grade 2. Welcome back to my channel. And what time is it now? Oh, it's math time. So what are you waiting for? Have your pencil and paper ready or your whiteboard and marker ready. And let's have another fun learning experience with me. For today, we are going to continue our discussion about mass. We are now in lesson 6.2, mass in gram. Let's remember what we have discussed in the past. Let's remember the meaning of mass. Mass means how heavy or how light an object is. We also discussed the different kinds of weighing scales in our previous video. I have here 3 different weighing scales. The first weighing scale is what we call an analog weighing scale. The second weighing scale is what we call digital weighing scale. And the third weighing scale is what we call pan balance. If the 2 pans are balanced, then the 2 objects on both sides have the same mass. Do you know what objects these are? These are paper clips. What do you think is the mass of one paper clip? Is it more than 1 kilogram or less than 1 kilogram? What is your answer? What do you think? Again? I can't hear you. All right. The answer is the mass of one paper clip is much less than 1 kilogram. We have to recall that we are going to use kilogram for heavy objects and we use gram for light objects. What is gram? Gram is just another unit of mass. We use or we write G for gram. The mass of one paper clip is about 1 gram. To determine how light 1 gram is, look for one paper clip and you feel the mass of 1 gram, just like this. And 1 gram can also be written as 1 G. G stands for gram. How do we measure mass in gram? Look at the weighing scales. Are these 2 weighing scales the same? If your answer is no, you are correct. These 2 weighing scales are not the same. Why? Because they have different scales. Look at the first weighing scale or the weighing scale on the left. We have 0, 100 grams, 200 grams, 300 grams, 400 grams, and 500 grams. Look at the weighing scale on the right. 0, 250 grams, 500 grams, 750 grams, and 1 kilogram. The scales are different. That's why these 2 weighing scales are not the same. My next question is, look at the weighing scale on the left. What is the greatest mass that can be measured using this weighing scale? The answer is 500 grams. Look at the weighing scale on the right. What is the greatest mass that can be measured using this weighing scale? The answer is 1 kilogram. Now, let's just focus on this weighing scale. Let's measure the mass of the carrots. Notice grade 2 about the markings of this weighing scale. We have red markings. We also have black markings. One red mark to the next red mark, like this, is 100 grams. One red mark to another red mark is 100 grams. So, what do you think is the mass of the carrots? Let's have a bigger picture of the weighing scale so that it would be very clear for you to read the mass of these carrots. Look at where this needle is pointing to. It's pointing to number 300. So we say the mass of the carrots is 300 grams. Sometimes the needle is not pointing to a number. What are we going to do? We have to know how to count and how to read the scales in the weighing scale. This is 0 gram, 100 grams, another red mark, 200 grams, another red mark, 300 grams. In other words, we are just going to skip count by 100. Let's have the other weighing scale. What is the mass of the spinach? Let's read the weighing scale. Look at the needle. The needle is pointing to this black mark. And we don't know the number corresponding to this black mark yet, right? So what are we going to do? Earlier, I told you that every red mark counts 100 grams. What about the black mark? Grade 2. Every black mark counts 10 grams. What does it mean? From 0 going to this is 10. This is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 grams. 0 to the next red mark is 100 grams, 200 grams, 300 grams, 400 grams, 500 grams, 600 grams, and 700 grams. We can say that the mass of the spinach is between 600 grams and 700 grams. So how do we find the exact mass of the spinach? Let's start at the 600 grams. And we're going to count in tens. 600, 610, 20, 30, 40, 50. Therefore, the mass of the spinach is 650 grams. These are the two things that you're going to consider grade 2 when measuring and reading mass of objects in grams. The first one is, take note that every red mark counts 100 grams. Second one, take note that every black mark counts 10 grams. Let's see if you know how to measure the mass of objects in grams. I'm giving you time to do this, and please try your best to read the mass of each object. Your time starts now. All right, let's see how you are doing in this activity. Let's have the first weighing scale, letter A. The mass of these objects is 350 grams. Did you get it right, grade 2? If yes, congratulations. How did I get 350 grams? Let's count. 0, 100 grams, 200 grams, 300 grams, 310, 20, 30, 40, 50. The needle is pointing this mark. Therefore, the mass of these objects is 350 grams. Notice grade 2 that we have small mark, we also have big mark. Every 2 big marks count 100 grams. One big mark, another big mark, that's 100 grams. One big mark, another big mark, that's another 100 grams. So you really have to find a way on how to read mass properly, because not all the time that the picture is given in colored. Most of the time, the picture is not colored. You should know how many big marks count 100 grams. And how many big marks count 100 grams? 2 big marks. Let's have letter B. What is the mass of these onions? By the way, the first objects, I think these are tamarinds. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that these objects are tamarinds. Tamarins. Let's have these onions. What is the mass of these onions? Let's see if your answer is the same as my answer. And the answer is 630 grams. How did I get 630 grams? Let's count and let's read the mass. 0, 1 big mark, 2 big mark, this is 100. Did you get it? This is 200. This is 300 grams. This is 400 grams. This is 500 grams. It's already written here. This is 600 grams. And the needle is near 600 grams. So from 600 grams, we are going to count in tens. 600, 610, 20, 30, 30. The needle is pointing this mark and it's 630. Therefore, the mass of the onions is 630 grams. Our next topic is about comparing mass in gram. How do you compare mass in gram? Let's have the following example. Yen, Sam, and Jack measure the masses of their pencil cases. The first thing that we are going to do is to find the mass of each pencil case. What do you think is the mass of Yen's pencil case? Let's read the weighing scale. 0, 100, 200 grams, 300 grams. Every 2 big mark count 100 grams. The needle is near 300 grams, right? So let's count in tens starting from 300 grams. This is 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 370 grams is the mass of Yen's pencil case. Let's have Sam's pencil case. In this case, we don't have any problem about reading the mass because the mass is there. It's written here, right here. It's 432 grams. By the way, this is what we call digital weighing scale. And what about Jack's pencil case? We have 100, 200, 300 grams, 400 grams, and starting 400 grams, let's count in tens. 400, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. 480. That's the mass of Jack's pencil case. Next question. Sam's pencil case is blank grams heavier than Yen's pencil case. This item involves comparing. How did I know? It's because of heavier than. And remember grade 2, when you are comparing objects, comparing two numbers, you are going to subtract these numbers, right? So, our goal in letter A is to find what these numbers are. The first number is going to be the mass of Sam's pencil case. And the mass of Sam's pencil case is 432 grams. And the second number is the mass of Yen's pencil case. And the mass of Yen's pencil case is 370 grams. What do we do with these two numbers? We are going to subtract. 432 minus 370. This is 2. 3 minus 7 cannot be. We need the help of the neighbor. 4 becomes 3. 3 becomes 13. 13 minus 7 is 6. 3 minus 3 is 0. I don't have to write 0 here anymore. Therefore, Sam's pencil case is 62 grams heavier than Yen's pencil case. Question letter B. Whose pencil is the lightest? Just look at the masses of the pencil cases and find the smallest number. The smallest number is 370. Therefore, the lightest pencil case is Yen's pencil case. Now it's your turn, grade 2. I'm giving you time to do this, and your time starts now. Time is up. Let's see if you get a perfect score in this activity. Let's have letter A. The mass of box A is blank grams. And the mass of box A is 490 grams. And how did I get 490 grams? Let's start at 400 and count in tens. 400, 410, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. The mass of box A is 490 grams. What about the mass of box B? The mass of box B is 250 grams. And how did I get 250 grams? Let's start at 200 and count in tens. 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 250 grams. What about the mass of box C? I think among these three, it's the mass of box C that is the easiest to find, right? Because the needle is pointing 500 grams. The mass of box C is 500 grams. Let's have letter D. Box A is blank grams heavier than box B. We have heavier than in this item. It means we are comparing. If we are comparing, we are going to subtract the numbers in order to get the difference. What are the numbers are we going to subtract in this item? The first one is the mass of box A, which is 490 grams. And the second number is going to be the mass of box B, which is 250 grams. We have 490 minus 250. This is 0, 4, and 2. Therefore, box A is 240 grams heavier than box B. Letter E. Box B is blank grams lighter than box C. We have the term lighter than. It means we are also comparing in this item. And what are the numbers we are comparing? We have the mass of box B and the mass of box C. And what do we do with these two numbers? We are going to subtract in order to get the difference. We have 500 minus 250. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 5 cannot be, so we need the help of 5. This becomes 4, and the 0 here becomes 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. Therefore, box B is 250 grams lighter than box C. And finally, letter F, arrange the boxes in order. Begin with the lightest. The lightest object is box B, followed by box A, then box C. Did you get a perfect score, grade 2? If yes, then congratulate yourself. So that's it, grade 2. I hope that you learned something from this video. You have learned 2 units of mass. The first one is gram and the second one is kilogram. We use gram to measure mass of lighter objects, and we use kilogram to measure mass of heavier objects. I'll see you in my next videos.